Hey, everybody, welcome to 13 Now, your personal News Channel 13 YouTube newscast, where we cover all the big stories today affecting you here in upstate New York and the overall capital region. With you, as usually, is your friendly anchor, Steve Couge, and I'm joined by the amazing Juanique Martinez, meteorologist Juanique Martinez, who's going to be breaking down what we can expect in terms of weather. How you doing tonight, Juanique?
Pretty good. How are you, Steve?
We can be honest, right? We're feeling a little sick. We're feeling a little run down. I mean, it's been a difficult past couple of days.
Yeah.
I feel like the past couple of weeks, there's been like a number of, there's at least someone always sick here at News Channel 13, right?
Yeah.
Someone
I
sick.
I at least feel better than I felt yesterday, but yeah, still not 100%.
Yeah, Winique was supposed to be here yesterday. Those of you who tuned in saw Craig Gold instead, who's usually our weekend morning guy. Well, Craig had to fill in because, yeah, Winique was not feeling too great. Well, we're glad you're back. You really toughed it out on Monday. We thought you weren't even going to be able to make it. And me, I'm just like, I keep drinking like Red Bulls, trying to just like get my energy up so I can stay all put together. But, you know, I got that like sore, itchy throat. So you kind of know like, uh-oh, something's coming. What's it going to be? Anyway, let's get to the news, shall we? We got pretty serious number of stories happening today. A very dramatic day. We've from deadly police shootings to a kidnapper being confronted by his victim's family. We're going to start first with this shooting, this officer-involved shooting where a suspect was killed. It happened overnight around 12:30 in the morning in the Pine Hills neighborhood in Albany, not too far from the College of St. Rose. It all started, we're told, when officers pulled over a car they said was speeding at more than 80 miles an hour down Western Avenue, way too fast. The car stopped at the corner of North Main and Western Avenue. This is some body camera footage you were seeing right there from an officer who got out of his car, only to be ambushed by a man in his 20s who opened fire on the officer, striking him in his upper leg, right in the thigh, we're told. The officer then returned fire, fatally striking the suspect. You can see the guy pointing a gun right there at the officers. Pretty scary stuff, makes you realize how quickly officers have to react sometimes when they don't know what's happening and they're just coming up on a random suspect like that. Both the officer and the suspect were brought to Albany Medical Center, where the suspect later died. The officer is still recovering in the hospital, but is reportedly in good spirits, thankfully. Albany Mayor Kathy Sheehan is now calling this an act of depraved gun violence. The shooting itself is still under investigation. We are currently waiting to learn the name of the suspect as well as the name of the officer. Our reporter, Stella Porter, is on this story tonight and trying to get us some new information on this particular case. So tune in to us at 9 and 11 for the latest on that. Another big story that we've been following here. The man who kidnapped a 9-year-old girl at Moreau Lake State Park in September now has realized he's going to spend the next 47 years to life in prison. You who watch the news here in the capital region, you might remember this story. Pretty dramatic one. A 9-year-old girl who was kidnapped while she was camping with her parents. She was out riding a bike. And this man, his name, Craig Ross, just pulled up in a van, said he needed some help. And as soon as the girl went over to see what he needed help with, he grabbed her into the van and kidnapped her. So pretty horrifying stuff for any parents, kind of their worst nightmare. At the sentencing today of Craig Ross Jr. this afternoon, we heard statements from the parents of the little 9-year-old girl. She did survive, thankfully, and was rescued. We also heard a written statement from that girl herself. She calls herself a survivor, not a victim. She described those terrifying 2.5 days where she was trapped with Ross in captivity in his trailer. We learned more about what Ross did leading up to the kidnapping, how he lured the girl again by saying he needed help with his truck. Judge Jim Murphy gave Ross 47 years to life in prison for charges including kidnapping. When he had a chance to speak, Craig Ross declined. However, there were plenty of family members of that 9-year-old girl who did speak up and, let their voices be heard. We're going to have more on that story coming up again on My 4 at 9 and News Channel 13 at 11. You really want to tune into that one because the statements that the family of this girl read off were packed with emotion. The 9-year-old girl, she wasn't in court today, but she did write a message to Craig Ross, her kidnapper. Very eye-opening, interesting stuff. I mean, it's amazing. This girl is as strong as she is. The judge definitely complimenting her on her bravery having to go through all this. The district attorney also gave credit to all the people who looked for this 9-year-old and helped rescue her. Okay, now to a different story. This one, attention motorcyclists. If you have a motorcycle here in the state of New York, the DMV is reminding you that you need to renew your registration before they expire. Again, motorcyclists, you got to get your registration renewed. We want to warn you here. No one wants to get stuck with an annoying ticket because you didn't update the registration. I know it's happened to me once before already here in New York. All motorcycles in New York are registered for just a single year, and all registrations are set to expire on April 30th. So you got about 2 weeks left now. The DMV says you can renew yours on its website. If your motorcycle is suspended or hasn't been inspected in the last year, its registration cannot be renewed. So you got to get it inspected and make sure it's not suspended either. Just how much will a fine cost you if you get caught by police or a parking attendant without the proper updated registration? Well, if your registration has been expired for less than 60 days, typical fine is going to run you about $40. If your registration has been expired for more than 60 days, that fine will be at least $70. And both these fines, before 60 days and after 60 days, can even go up to $300 in some of the more severe cases. Again, no one likes paying tickets and fines. Trust me. I live on a street where during the wintertime, it's opposite side parking. And at least once or twice every winter, we get these tickets and it's infuriating. It's like you're just flushing money down the toilet. When's the last ticket you got, Winnie? You remember? Or you've never got a ticket. You're just a perfect driver and parker.
Oh, absolutely not. Speeding ticket, it's been a few years, but I got a parking ticket about 2 months ago.
What was it, about $45?
Exactly. Yep,
Yeah.
$45. Not fun.
That stinks.
Yeah.
True story. The very first speeding ticket I ever got was because I was trying to make it to Taco Bell before they closed for the night. And I was cutting it so close. I was going probably like 16 or 17 over the speed limit when I got clocked. It was close to 1 a.m. and I was driving down like my city road. I didn't think there'd be any officers around. I'm like, I gotta make it to Taco Bell. I'm so hungry. Nope. Got pulled over right before I could make it to the drive-through, and the officer was giving me the ticket, and I see like the drive-through open window at Taco Bell turn off. I was so defeated, and I had like a $180 ticket to pay on top of all that. This is the most expensive fast food I never had. It's off, unfortunately. Anyway, well, there are better things in life than speeding tickets, like that weather we had today. It was pretty nice, at least in the morning hours and the early afternoon, but looks like that could be changing, huh?
Yeah, it hasn't been a bad start to the week at all. We had a few showers, as we went over the course of the weekend, but it's been beautiful, warm with temperatures in the 60s. So it's been a good start to the week. But as you mentioned, that rain is moving back in. So rain is starting to fill in right now on First Warning Live Doppler radar. Not everyone is seeing rain at the moment. We are seeing showers increase in coverage from west to east as this next system moves in, but expect steadier showers as we go throughout the evening tonight. The temperatures have dropped down into the 50s and 40s. It's 49 in Pittsfield, 55 in Albany, 52 in Glens Falls, 48 in Burlington, and it's 53 right now in Schenectady on the CDP HP First Warning Cam. But expect temperatures to be much cooler as we go throughout the day tomorrow. As we go throughout the evening tonight, temperatures will continue to fall down into the lower 50s, upper 40s, and tomorrow will be a cooler day with temperatures only topping out in the upper 40s and lower 50s. So do dress for that chill tomorrow and grab your umbrella as you head out the door because we will see scattered showers throughout the morning and afternoon. Notice those temperatures stay level as we go throughout the course of the day. Really only topping out in the upper 40s, lower 50s, and then we start to dry out as we head throughout the late afternoon and evening hours. So let's time this out for you hour by hour. Scattered showers as we go throughout the evening tonight, heavier showers as we near the midnight hour, and then we'll start to dry out with more showers working in by Thursday morning. We'll have a brief dry slot as we go throughout the afternoon on Thursday, so not expecting an all-day rain tomorrow, but expect to bring that umbrella, as I mentioned before, as you head out the door. We'll dry out into the evening on Thursday. And that will make for a mostly cloudy but dry start to your day on Friday. We'll have another cold front that will work in by Friday afternoon, and that will bring us showers throughout the evening on Friday. But then we look pretty dry for the weekend with just a few isolated showers on Saturday. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the mid 40s, and tomorrow temperatures won't climb much, only topping out in the upper 40s, lower 50s, and then we'll have those scattered showers with winds coming in from the southeast. Not a washout week by any means. As I mentioned before, we'll see a drier pattern as we end the weekend on Sunday, and we look like we'll have just another beautiful picture perfect start to the following week. Temperatures back into the lower 60s in dry weather.
That does look nice. It's, I was talking about this with our chief meteorologist, Paul Cayano, earlier today. It's like the second week in a row we've had a couple days dry, then the rains come, then we're dry again. We keep just this roller coaster type pattern. And I think it's a benefit to everyone out there who does gardening, because now it's officially spring, the weather's warmer. You can start planning out what you want to plant. Or if you're in my case, you're looking at all your dead grass that just has turned into a mud pit in your backyard, and you're like, oh, well, now's the perfect time to start planting some grass seed, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. And like you said, we're not having like that steady rain throughout the entire week. So you have that time to plan, you have that sunshine that you'll need for your garden, and then you'll get the rain.
Perfect. All right, you heard it right here from Monique. Now is the time to do your gardening and your grass seeding if you want your homes and your gardens to look great. All right, perfect. Well, thank you guys for tuning into 13 Now. We're going to be back in about 42 minutes on My 4 with your 9 o'clock newscast. And then we'll be back on News Channel 13 at 11 p.m. with the full recap of all of our huge stories today. So hopefully you stay up late and have some fun with us, and we will see you there. And if not, hey, thanks for joining us and have a great night. Bye.